Welcome to this BluHorn video on how to upload an Avail or proposal to your BluHorn worksheet. For the sake of this video, all information uploaded or included will be fictional. As a reminder, to upload an Avail or proposal into your account, you will need to have a campaign and worksheet created. Be sure that you have the campaign and worksheet set up with the vendors that you will be importing from. This saves steps for you in the future. I'm going to be using a test account and a test worksheet that I've already set up. Let's go into one that already has some lines. You can set up an import for worksheets that already have lines included or that don't. And you can import for as many vendors as you'd like. You'll just need to do one at a time. As a reminder, be sure, especially with a rated worksheet, that you have both the vendor and the station selected. Again, this will save you time in the future. In order to upload an Avail or proposal sent by your rep, you'll need to request the file as an XML. We can also accept SCX files from cable reps if needed, and we can accept SBSX and SRX if needed from broadcast or radio reps, but XML sees the most success as far as number of matched columns. Use the Create Order drop-down menu and access Import File. This is accessible for both rated and unrated users. Once you go to Import File, the Add a New File pop-up will appear. Here you click to upload a file. You'll click the Choose File button that you see and choose any file on your computer just like you would any other attachment. I'm using a test XML document, but again, you can use any file that's an XML. Capitalized or uncapitalized, all will now import into your system. You also can choose a template. Here we recommend you leave the default that is selected. However, you'll note there's quite a long list in the drop-down menu. If you're having trouble with your import after a first try or aren't sure if you need to change the template, please let us know. Click the Life Raft and submit a ticket. You can even attach your XML or SCX file and we can take a look at it for you. Here you'll select the import week type. As a reminder, you'll have a worksheet already set up. Absolute, which is the default selection, means that the Avail or import file that you are selecting has the exact same weeks set up as the weeks you have set up in your worksheet. It might be a complete proposal or an Avail with dates. If you're using an undated item, such as a quarterly Avail, or even an old Avail or proposal that you want to enter into a new worksheet, select Relative. This means that the worksheet weeks will be matched up according to number. So if you have 4 weeks that come over on an old proposal, they will match up to weeks 1 through 4 on your current worksheet. For this, since I'm using an old XML file, I will choose Relative, and you'll click Add. You'll see the file process and you'll be taken to the references table. The references table is where you can map certain items that come through from your Avail or proposal to your worksheet. You do need to be an agency admin in order to drop down the lookup key and match these items. If you have questions about whether or not you're able to do this or don't see anything available when you click the drop downs, reach out to BluHorn via the Life Raft or talk to your agency admin about access to the mapping system. This file ID or lookup ID is a number that's coming through from your file. Here the lookup type will tell you which column that it is appearing from the imported file, and this will show you what it's pulling from the actual import. The lookup key is where you'll match it to what you want it to match to on your BluHorn worksheet. For example, under day parts, you'll see it's found Wednesday through Friday, 7 p.m. to midnight, but it wasn't sure which day part to match it to on my worksheet. I've done this one before and mapped it, so you can see that I chose prime last time. However, I can change it if I'd like to. If it's something you've mapped before for this particular vendor or day part, etc., you'll see that it will already choose that vendor or worksheet for you. If I want to make any changes, I can use the drop down. This is the vendor column, and it's asking me to choose it found WWJK on the import, and it's asking me to map it to one of the vendors that I have set up on my worksheet. You can see they don't match up because this is a fictional Avail, so I'm just going to select one here. You can select different ones or the same, and once you've mapped it once, it will default to these settings. However, you have the ability to edit them like I am now. The next set of columns is for rated users, and this is the Nielsen selections. These are the Nielsen stations and what you want it to map to. So for WWJK, I've matched to WJXT. So in this selection, I'm going to match it to the WJXT Nielsen station 4.1. SOL, I have mapped to WTLV 12. So I'm going to map it to the WTLV option, if I have one, in this particular section. You can go down the list and map it to what you need, or I'm going to leave a couple of blank so that you can see that you can populate those later if you choose to leave them blank here. Once you've selected everything you'd like, you go to the Next button, which is a tiny blue button in the lower right-hand corner. Here you can see all of the lines that have come through. This is our Manage Data screen and really allows you to make some batch changes right off the bat, enabling you to work faster and more efficiently. Here you can see I had left those station selections blank. So here I can go in and make a selection, and I can drag and drop just like in a Google Sheet by clicking that lower blue square and holding my mouse button down, dragging and releasing. You also can see that this Avail did not bring through any rates or ratings, so I can populate those myself, or since this is a rated worksheet, I'll be able to load it in. I can also add number of spots if I wanted to right here and drag across or down, but you can do that later in the regular worksheet just like you would on a regular negotiated buy. From here, once I've made changes, if I want to make any additional, I can make them all now, or I can just go into the worksheet. You'll want to choose the blue button again that says load. If you choose back, it's going to take you back to the mapping screen so you can maybe map up some that you missed. And if you choose worksheet, it will load without saving any changes you made here. So click the blue load button. If you're a rated user, you'll see this next pop up. Again, this is only for our Nielsen and ComScore rated subscribers. Direct load, the blue button, means it will load this Avail directly into your worksheet. And later, once you've made some manipulations or perhaps deleted some lines, etc., you can update ratings. If you want to do everything at once, meaning load all of these lines into your worksheet as well as update the Nielsen or ComScore ratings at the same time, select this green button. You should note that it will take a little bit longer to load and update the ratings at the same time because it will attempt to pull ratings for every single line on your worksheet. If you don't want to load this at all, you can click close or the X button and go back to this screen. I'm going to choose direct load. We typically recommend this to our users, however, it is a personal preference. It only takes a moment to load all the lines that you've imported into the screen. You'll see there were some that I had still left blank, and if you're populating things on a worksheet that already had lines entered, you'll note that it will populate them at the bottom. It always populates the new lines to the bottom of the screen. You can still use your sorts or multi-sorts in order to make sure that you have them in the order that you want. Now, since I didn't update the ratings before, once I go in and make any changes, I can go up to Create Order drop-down menu and update my ratings now. Thanks for watching this video on importing an Avail or proposal to your BluHorn worksheet. As a reminder, if you need any help, please use the Life Raft screen. Reminder, you can click here, fill in your case, and you can even upload a file. You can attach that XML or SCX file right here for our customer support team to be able to take a look and help you troubleshoot your case. Thanks again for being a BluHorn user.